أهلا بيكم في برنامج اللغة الإنجليزية مادة 113 Grammar 1. انتوا فاكرين المرة اللي فاتت اللي تقابلنا فيها we were talking about subject-verb agreement, and there are certain cases where it is sometimes difficult to locate the subject. We may have a number of nouns in the sentence, but we should know where the subject is because it is this subject that the verb must agree with. آخر حاجة كنا عملناها was exercise 22. المرة دي هوريكم قبل ما نتنقل لنقطة تانية، النقطة الأخيرة في التوبيك دي اللي هي subject verb agreement. هنشوف مع بعض الانسر كي how، يعني احنا شرحنا مع بعض واحنا بنعمل exercise، شرحنا مع بعض الصح، لكن نبص مع بعض عليها علشان لما تكونوا بتشوفوا السي دي لوحدكم للمراجعة. طيب let's look at the answer key with the boxes and the underlining and everything. طيب this is number one. ادي you have only once in a box, and where is the verb underlined twice, where allowed is the verb and children is the subject. انتوا عارفين طبعا لما الفعل بيبقى جزئين the subject comes in between، يعني ما بقولش only once this week children were allowed free time. على فكرة مفروض ان دي تطلع يعني there is no، هنحاول نطلعها كده فوق، يعني انا ما عرفت اهي only once this week where the children allowed free time during school hours. طيب ما بنقولش only once this week where allowed the children، لا، لما بيكون الفعل من جزئين بيجي الفعل في الوسط. only once this week where the children allowed، ما بقولش أنا عايزة أجيب الفعل في الأول، ما بقولش where allowed the children، no. طيب أدي number 2 are the streets. طيب what in the world are the children screaming about؟ برضو is screaming أو are screaming الفعل بيجي في الوسط. number 4 he would be studying for the exam if كانت مفروض تبقى موجودة، لكن عشان شلناها يبقى الفعل بيجي الأول where he able to get time of work. This exam has many more questions than do، يا إما than does يا إما قلنا than did. She did not know that there was so many mistakes, that there were so many mistakes. number 7 seldom in the history has so many revolutions، لا، have so many revolutions. number 8 how many big mistakes have the teacher found، لا، has the teacher found. the new generation of computers، this is correct، then generation is plural is singular، يبقى الفعل singular. is able to process، طيب كان مفروض يبقى هنا عندي خطين. is able to process far more information than was the older computer. معلش هي الجملة أصلها هنا يعني ده اللي اتعمل فيها عشان احنا كنا بنتكلم على الcomparison، ف this is not part of what we had to do. then ما بنقولش then was the older generation. وانتوا عارفين ان هنا ممكن اقول how هقول to process far more information، ممكن اقول راجعوا الجزء ده في محاضرة سابقة more information than the older generation was، وممكن اقول than the older generation وبس، وممكن اقول than was the older generation. طيب in the parking lot down the mall was the cars of shoppers، لا، هي were the cars of shoppers. and we move now back again to number 23 in the cases of subject-verb agreement. طيب certain words are singular، يعني certain words are singular. sometimes we have certain words that may refer to a plural subject, but the words are singular and they are treated as singular. يعني they take a singular verb. طيب تعالوا نشوف، ودي على فكرة يعني this is a very common mistake which people make. Even though certain words are plural in meaning, they are grammatically singular in English. يعني ايه they are grammatically singular؟ يعني they refer، ما هماش مثلا زي كلمة people. people is plural in meaning لكن ما فيهاش s، لكن بنعملها على انها a plural word. It is an irregular plural in English. لكن في كلمات بتدل برضو على plural لكن grammatically they are singular، يعني they take singular verbs. نشوف الجملة دي. Everybody were against the former regime. احنا we understand that everybody that means all people، لكن it's not plural. كلمة every in English is singular. يعني لما أقول everybody لازم أقول was against the former regime. We understand that everybody means all people, but it is grammatically a singular noun that requires a singular verb. Now, subject-verb agreement with subject-verb agreement after certain words. These words or expressions are grammatically singular, so they take singular nouns. Every، وكل حاجة جاية مع every، وany، وno، وsome، وeach. يعني ما أقول each student has، أما أقول every student has. طيب الكلمات بقى اللي هي دي لما بنقول anybody و anyone، انتوا جايز تقولوا ان anybody و anyone يعني أي واحد، دي ممكن تبقى singular وزيها nobody، لكن ممكن نتلخبط في every و some. لكن كل الكلمات دي are singular when it comes to grammar. They are grammatically singular، يعني they take singular verbs. طيب تعالوا نشوف الجمل اللي جاية دي. In the sentences below, underline the words that are plural in meaning but are grammatically singular once, and underline the verbs twice, indicating if the sentences are correct or incorrect. طيب. I cannot believe that somebody actually behaves so meanly. يعني ما اقدرش اصدق ان اي حد ممكن يتصرف بهذه الخفة. طيب somebody is singular اهي، somebody is singular، behaves is the verb and it's also singular. Each of the teachers، each عندي كلمة each يبقى each of the teachers. صحيح أنا بقول each of the teachers جمع، ما بقولش each of the teacher need، لا، لأن كلمة each هي subject and it is a singular subject. يبقى أقول each of the teacher needs، عشان to make it correct مفروض تبقى needs to have a separate office. The former president thought that no one was suitable. No one ولا واحد، يعني مش كل الناس ونفي، لا. No one was suitable، no one is singular and the verb is singular as well. No one was suitable for the position of vice president. Everybody, this is the subject and it is grammatically singular. Everybody taking part، فاكرين؟ This is a reduced adjective، يعني who is taking part in the play. طيب this is an adjective clause، ممكن بنشيلها خالص، مش جزء أساسي من الجملة. طيب everybody الفعل هو إيه؟ are to be in the theater before to. Everybody are، لا، everybody is to be because everybody is singular. طيب because of heavy losses, nothing is the singular word referring to plural. Nothing is to be manufactured this year. It is singular and the verb is singular. ما بقولش nothing are to be manufactured. لا, nothing is to be manufactured. Every time someone smoke, طيب someone is singular يبقى someone smokes. Every time someone smokes there is a fire alarm. كل مرة حد بيولع سيجارة الالارم النور بتاع الارم الحريقة بينور. طيب anybody برضو singular word. anybody who sees. طيب هقول anybody who sees ما هي صح اهي. لا, لأن sees is the verb of who. لكن anybody الفعل بتاعها ايه؟ قلنا who sees the pyramids دي adjective clause, وده الفعل sees is the verb for the adjective clause اللي هي who اللي هي happens to be singular فهي singular. لكن anybody الفعل بتاعها هو are. طبعا غلط اني اقول anybody are. اقول anybody is impressed with the greatness of ancient Egyptians. يبقى anybody who sees the pyramids is impressed with the greatness of ancient Egyptians. طيب every man every اهي يبقى singular ولو انهم كل الناس اهو. every man, woman, young or old are required to vote in the elections. لا, is required to vote in the elections. We should believe that anything is possible. Anything is the singular word. The verb هو is. يبقى this is correct. We should believe that anything is possible if we really try. The police announced to reporters that nobody, singular word, has been fired at. لا, has been fired at. أعلن البوليس للصحفيين أن النار لم تطلق على أي أحد. alright. طيب تعالوا نشوف الانسر كي علشان برضو لما تيجوا تذاكروا على السي دي لوحدكم. That's the last exercise. Yes. طيب. Somebody actually behaves. دي صح. Each of the teachers need. لا. Each of the teachers needs. هي جمع لكن السبجect هو each and each is a singular word. The former president thought that no one was suitable for the position of vice president. This is correct. Everybody taking part in the play is to be in the theater. Because of heavy losses, nothing is to be manufactured. Every time someone smokes, there is a fire alarm. Anybody who sees the pyramids are impressed. لا, is impressed. Every man, woman, young or old is required to vote in the elections time. We should believe that anything is possible if we really try. The police announced to reporters that nobody have been fired at. لا, nobody has been fired at. طيب احنا كده انتهينا يعني we are finished with this topic of subject-verb agreement. The next topic we're going to do اللي هنعملها مع بعض في المحاضرة السادسة. This is what we call in English parallel structure. انتوا عارفين structure اللي هو بناء الجملة. يعني ايه بقى parallel؟ parallel يعني متوازي. انتوا عارفين الخطوط المتوازية يعني parallel lines. Parallel structure معناها ايه؟ أبنية متوازية يعني structure which is the same. طيب ايه parallel structure دي؟ ده معناه ان احنا when we group things together they should be the same. يعني ايه؟ يعني لو انا مثلا بقول and and معناها ان انا بجمع حاجات مع بعض. بجمع حاجات مع بعض دول لازم يبقوا مع بعض زي بعض. يعني ما اقدرش اقول يعني if I'm using and I cannot use a verb and an adjective and a noun. لا, if I'm using and معناها ان انا بجمع او لو بفرق كمان. ما دام جمعتهم مع بعض هم they have to be the same. يعني they have to be either verbs or nouns or adjectives, لكن مش حاجات مختلفة. alright. يعني لو بقول مثلا ما بقولش I like music and to watch films. لا, ممكن أقول I like to listen to music and to watch films. أو ممكن أقول I like music and films. يبقى أنا بجمع هنا حاجات مع بعضها زي بعضها. alright. الحكاية دي ممكن تبقى مع nouns, مع adjectives, مع verbs, مع phrases, مع clauses. البارallel structure دي, الأبنية المتوازية دي ممكن بتبقى هنشوف إنها ممكن بغير في الكلام نفسه أو في ترتيب الكلام نفسه عشان يبقى عندي توازي في الكلام اللي أنا بقوله. هي الحكاية مش دايما بتبقى بسهولة ان انا بقول لا انا ما احطش مثلا اسم. انتوا عارفين ان انا ممكن اقول مثلا reading و to read. ممكن اقول I like to read وممكن اقول I like reading. لكن ما اقدرش اقول مثلا I like reading and to write. اقول I like reading and writing. او I like to read and to write. لازم حاجات زي بعضها مع بعضها. بعد كده in other cases in this topic of parallel structure هتلاقوا ان في حاجات which are more sophisticated يعني more complex than just adding or differentiating between two things which are not similar. طيب تعالوا نقرا مع بعض الكلام ده. In good English, the forms of words should be as similar as possible. When we relate words or phrases, they should be balanced. Relate على فكرة كمان مش معناه ان انا لازم بقول and. لا, relate يعني انا بعمل علاقات ما بين كلام سواء كان الكلام ده كلمات او phrases او حتى clauses. وسواء كانت العلاقات دي علاقات ان انا بضيفهم على بعض او بفرقهم عن بعض. يعني هنا مثلا لما اقول طيب when we relate words or phrases they should be balanced. balanced يعني في بينهم كده توازي, ميزان. In the following sentence there is no balance. مفيش الميزان او التوازي ده. I like to read and swimming. طيب both to read and swimming are correct. يعني انا ممكن اقول I like to read وممكن اقول I like swimming, الاثنين صح. لكن when we join to read and swimming in one sentence, we do not have parallel forms. To read is infinitive. Swimming, this is a gerund. Gerund انتوا فاكرين اللي هو الاسم او present participle اللي هو الفعل اللي فيه ing اللي بستعمله كnoun. طيب when we join to read and swimming in one sentence, we do not have parallel forms. The sentence can be corrected in one of two ways. حاجة منهم لازم تبقى زي التانية. يا إما أقول I like to read and to swim, يا إما أقول I like reading and swimming. Alright? طيب. Parallel structure is required in 3 cases. في 3 حاجات لازم يبقى عندي فيهم parallel structure. طيب. With coordinate conjunctions. انتوا فاكرين coordinate conjunctions اللي هي دي الروابط اللي بربط بيها جمل بسيطة زي بعضها. جمل بسيطة يعني ايه؟ يعني ان كل واحدة ممكن تبقى ليها معنى لوحدها، مش زي الجمل اللي فيها adjective clauses or adverb clauses. اللي فيها adjective clause يبقى الclause مرتبطة بكلمة معينة اللي هي اسم، والتانية الكلوز الادفيرب كلوز اللي هي برضو مرتبطة بكلمة معينة اللي هي فعل في الجزء الأساسي التاني من الجملة. لكن coordinate conjunctions اللي هي مجرد بنربط جملتين ببعض، كل جملة فيهم منفصلة عن التانية وليها معنى لوحدها. طيب يعني with coordinate conjunctions اللي هي and but or، with paired conjunctions. يعني ايه paired conjunctions؟ conjunctions اللي هي which are made of two words زي both and، either or، neither nor، not only but also. وتالت حالة كمان with comparisons. طيب هنشوف مع بعض ازاي we need a parallel structure with coordinate conjunctions. طيب coordinate conjunctions and but or join together two equal parts. Two equal parts. بربط two equal parts. يما nouns, verbs, adjectives, phrases or clauses. They must join together two of the same thing. إذا كان noun مثلا هقول the baby is not a boy but a girl. يبقى boy وجيرل but بتربط ما بينهم، لازم يبقوا زي بعض nouns. طيب I need a doctor or a nurse. I enjoy reading and writing. هنا doctor ونurse برضو nouns، وreading وwriting nouns. وعندي ال coordinate conjunctions اللي هي يا but يا or يا and. طيب with verbs أقول you can study or sleep. عشان عندي or study or sleep are verbs, the same thing. He rings up but never writes. Rings up بيتكلم في التليفون but never writes مش بيكتب جوابات. He smokes and drinks بيدخن ويشرب. طيب adjectives برضو بربط adjectives ببut or أو and. The news was true but sad. True and sad are adjectives. He is honest and hardworking. A film may be short or long. طيب with clauses بربط clauses ببعضها. I am not worried about what they do. بربط ب what they do, where they go. What they do, this is a clause. Where they go is also a clause. طيب he wants to go because it is late and because he wants to go. يبقى ربطت هنا clauses لبعضها. He likes to go to bed early. He likes to go to bed early. But we prefer to stay up late. هو بيحب يروح ينام بدري لكن احنا بنفضل نسهر. He likes to go to bed early, clause. We prefer to stay up late, another clause. طيب phrases. There are books in the library and on the shelf. In the library, on the shelf. طيب you can find bread in the supermarket or in the bakery. In the supermarket, in the bakery. حاجتين زي بعض. I will not come next week, but the week after. برضو next week, week after. طيب let's look at exercise 24. In the following sentences, put the word that indicates that the sentence should have parallel parts in a box. Underline the parts that should be parallel and indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. Let's look at number 1. She worked as a typist, a shop assistant, and at a restaurant. طيب أنا عندي هنا and. طيب عندي and بتربط إيه بقى؟ typist, shop assistant, nouns وبعدين at a restaurant. لا، أنا محتاجة هنا زي ما بقول typist و shop assistant، ممكن أقول مثلا and a waitress وجرسونة، لكن ما أقولش at a restaurant. طيب the book you need could be in the library or in the bookshop. طيب أنا عندي or بتربط in the library in the bookshop. إيه الفرق بين library و bookshop؟ إحنا كتير نقول المكتبة على الاتنين، لكن library that's where you read، لكن bookshop that's where you buy books. طيب he works very hard but أنا عندي but بتوصف إيه؟ he works very hard and gets little money. he works very hard clause gets little money clause، يبقى الجملة دي صح. he came late gave some excuses. طيب شوفوا في الانجليزي الحاجة اللي ممكن بتبقى مفهومة بقدر احذفها. يعني ما اقول he came late مش شرط اقول he gave some excuses، لان اذا كان السبجكت واحد يعني اذا انا ما قلتش السبجكت هنا يبقى مفروض ان السبجكت هو نفسه. يبقى he came late gave some excuses. طيب came late gave excuses and لازم يبقى برضو عندي ايه؟ فعل ورا حاجة. and ما اقولش بقى and ending، اقول and ended. he came late gave some excuses and ended with an apology. يبقى he came he gave he ended نفس الحاجة، ما اقولش and ending and ended with an apology. طبعا this has to be capital letter. This is very important in English. You should know when the program starts and. طيب أنا عندي and بتوصف إيه؟ when the program starts, how many courses and how many courses you must take each term. يبقى هنا بتربط clauses مع بعضها. when the program starts, how many courses you must take. خلاص؟ يبقى this is correct. The speech he gave was. أنا عندي but. يبقى قبل but وبعدها لازم يجي نفس الحاجة. The speech he gave was rather short but very convincing. يبقى أنا ربطت إيه؟ rather short و very convincing. بصوا يعني التوازي ده بيبقى مطلوب قوي. مش أنا كان ممكن في الجملة أقول the speech he gave was short but very convincing، كويسة، لكن الأحسن إن عشان قلت very convincing يعني أنا وصفت convincing يبقى كمان أوصف short، فعشان كده عندي rather. The speech he gave was rather short but very convincing. لكن صح طبعا إن أنا أقول was short but very convincing، صح، لكن إيه الأصح إن أنا يبقى rather short و very convincing زي بعض. short و convincing صفات وكل صفة منهم بتوصفها صفة تانية بقى. rather بتوصف short و very بتوصف convincing، فبقى التوازي تام هنا. I suggest going to the movie. لا ما أقولش going to the movie، أقول going to the movies. I suggest going to the movies or. طيب أنا عايزة حاجة زي إيه؟ going to the movies or that we stay at home. يعني مش ممكن أقول going or that we stay. إذا قلت going يبقى أقول إيه؟ staying. أقول I suggest going to the movies or staying at home. and بصوا أنا هنا عندي كذا حاجة، عندي حاجتين في نفس الجملة. I suggest going to the movies or staying at home. and اللي جاي بعد and هيربط برضو staying at home باللي جاي، يبقى هقول and watching TV. I suggest going to the movies or staying at home and watching TV. The manager or his secretary. طيب manager بربطها ب or بإيه؟ his secretary. Noun and noun. The manager or his secretary will tell you when to deliver the goods. توصل البضائع امتى. There is work to do, meetings to attend, and أنا عندي هنا and وانتوا عارفين إن and بتربط مش بس حاجتين ببعض، ممكن تربط حاجات كتير ببعض، بس الحاجات الكتير دول برضو لازم يبقوا يعني they should be the same. طيب أنا بقول there is work to do يبقى عندي work to do. Meetings to attend عندي noun وinfinitive. Work to do, meetings to attend, and لازم يبقى عندي برضو noun وinfinitive. ما اقولش بقى and reports should be written. لا, and reports زي ما قلت to attend و to do هنا هقول and reports to write. There is work to do, meetings to attend, and reports to write. The police conducted a quick but complete investigation. أجرى البوليس تحقيق سريع لكن شامل. عندي quick but complete. quick and complete. Okay? طيب تعالوا نشوف الاكسرسايز وهي محلولة برضو علشان لما تيجوا تتفرجوا عليها لوحدكم. طيب اهي. She worked as a typist, a shop assistant, and a waitress. عشان يبقوا زي بعض. وطبعا الشرح احنا مجرد هنا هنقراهم عشان تلاقوهم وهم مكتوبين. The book you need could be in the library or in the bookshop. He works very hard but gets little money. Works but gets. He came late, gave some excuses and ending لا and ended. You should know when the program starts and يبقى when and how many courses you must take each term. Type the speech he gave was rather short but very convincing. I suggest going to the movies or that we stay at home and watch TV لا or staying at home and watching TV. The manager or his secretary will tell you when to deliver the goods. There is work to do, meetings to attend, and reports to write. The police conducted a quick but complete investigation, and we move to 25. اللي هي parallel structure with paired conjunctions. قلنا paired conjunctions اللي هي الconjunction الروابط اللي معمولة من كلمتين a pair اللي هي both and either or neither nor not only but also. طيب نبص على الجمل دي. I know both what I want and what I can. مش أنا عندي both and لازم اللي جاي في الوسط واللي جاي في الآخر يعني اللي جاي بعد كل جزء من الكونجنكشن يبقى نفس الحاجة. What I want, what I can. طيب either علي or أحمد has the keys. وانتوا عارفين ان either الفعل اللي وراها بيبقى مفرد، ده عارفينه من الأول من محاضرة في الأول خالص. Either علي or أحمد noun has the keys. طيب the money is neither in the drawer nor in the purse. And in the drawer, in the purse. She is not only a good mother but also a great daughter. A good mother, a great daughter. Very balanced. نفس الحكاية بالظبط. يا إما أسماء يا إما phrases يا إما هنا عندي صفة أو اسم والصفة بتاعته. Notice that parallel structure means the same parts exactly. The following sentence is not correct. بصوا بقى. We want either to go either to go to the cinema or the theater. لا. إذا بعد either أنا قلت to go to the cinema لازم هنا أقول to go to the theater. We want either to go to the cinema or to go to the theater. ممكن أنا قلت لكم إن ممكن نغير بعدين في الكلام، فأول ما ابتدينا نتكلم على البارallel structure قلت لكم إن ممكن أغير. يعني أنا ممكن نفس الجملة دي أقول إيه؟ We want to go. يبقى أنا جبت to go دي كأني نقلتها في الأول، حاجة كده زي الفوازير. لو أنا قلت we want to go either to the cinema يبقى or to the theater. Alright? والاثنين صح. The two parts are not parallel. The sentence can be corrected in a number of ways. بصوا بقى دي نفس الكلام لكن بكذا طريقة. We want either to go to the cinema or to go to the theater اللي هي الجملة الأولانية. ممكن أشيل to go دي هجيبها في الأول وتبقى بتنطبق على الاثنين برضو. فهقول we want to go either to the cinema or to the theater. وممكن أقول we want to go to either the cinema or the theater. كل دول صح. When you are using paired conjunctions, be sure the correct parts are used together. يعني إيه؟ يعني إيه the correct parts؟ ما أجيش أقول مثلا either nor أو both or. لا، هي دايما either or neither nor ودايما both and. alright؟ طيب يعني بقول both و either و neither و not only وبعدين the same structure وبعدين باقي ال conjunction and the same structure here. Okay? طيب. Let's look at exercise 25. Put the word or words that indicate that the sentences should have parallel parts in boxes. Underline the parallel parts and indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. According to the bank, you can either طيب ادي عندي either اهي pay monthly installments or you can pay cash. طبعا الجملة دي غلط لأن pay monthly installments لازم يجي وراها أما أقول or لازم يجي or pay cash. ما يجيش you can pay cash. فهقول according to the bank you can either pay monthly installments or زيها برضو pay cash. It would be both lawful and logical. شيء قانوني ومنطقي. Both lawful and logical. Lawful and logical. If everybody involved had to pay the price. طيب أنا بقول both and أهي lawful صفة logical صفة. من المنطقي والقانوني أو العدل هنا معناها lawful هنا معناها من العدل. من العدل والمنطق إن كل من هو متورط عليه أن يدفع الثمن. I would like either شوفوا بعد either لازم يجي نفس الحاجة اللي هتيجي بعد or. I would like either to visit my aunt or طيب أنا قلت to visit my aunt والتانية to go to the dentist نفس الحكاية يبقى this is correct. Either the dean or لازم يجي زيها the dean now the vice dean يبقى this is correct can allow you to postpone your exams. They want طيب عندي not only بعد not only لازم يجي but also وبين اللي بعد دي وبعد دي يجي نفس structure. They want not only to buy a car but they also would like to buy a house. طيب أنا قلت not only to buy a car. It's a phrase. بعد but also لازم يجي وراها phrase زيها. يبقى المفروض تبقى ايه؟ They want not only to buy a car but to buy a house. ومش ضروري اقول they خالص لان they هي الفاعل بنفس الحاجتين. They want not only to buy a car but also to buy a house. لكن would like دي بقت عندي clause ما بقتش phrase. I accept neither what you did nor you said. I accept neither. طيب عندي neither nor paired conjunction صح. neither nor. طيب بعد neither what you did nor لازم تبقى برضو what you said. لكن مش you said. neither what you did nor you said. لا no, neither what you did nor what you said. What you did, what you said are parallel. Both the engineer or the mechanic could fix the car damaged in the accident. طيب أنا عندي both the engineer the mechanic صح بس الغلطة هنا في or ما بقولش both the engineer or the mechanic. يا إما أقول both the engineer and the mechanic could fix يا إما أقول either the engineer or the mechanic وده منطقي أكتر يعني هو حد منهم اللي هيصلح الدامج. Either the engineer or the mechanic could fix يا إما both the engineer and the mechanic could fix. Both and either or لكن مش both or ولا either and. They not only type not only يبقى عندي but also ويجي ورا كل واحدة منهم نفس structure. They not only set the police departments on fire طيب set the police departments on fire but also burned police cars. طيب نفس الحكاية. Set the departments on fire burned police cars نفس الحكاية. These are clauses وشلنا they لأنها معروف إن هو نفس السبجكت. Students graduate either or طيب ادي either or. Students graduate either after September exams or June exams. طيب أنا بقول either بعدها إيه؟ after September exams or لازم يجي وراها إيه برضو؟ or after June exams. يا إما كان ممكن الجملة دي برضو تبقى إيه؟ students graduate after either September exams or June exams. لكن لو قلت after بعد either لازم برضو أقولها بعد or يا إما أجيبها في الأول. The film was neither amusing nor was it interesting. صح. أنا عندي neither nor. بس يعني هنا أنا بقول was neither amusing nor interesting لأن بعد neither جاي amusing بس صفة يبقى لازم يجي ورا nor يجي برضو صفة بس يبقى the film was neither amusing nor interesting. طيب افرضوا ان انا عايزة اني اقول nor was it interesting يبقى كان اقول ايه؟ neither was the film amusing جبت نفي في الأول فجبت الفعل قبل الفاعل neither was the film amusing nor was it interesting. لكن بما ان هي كده يبقى هقول nor interesting. neither amusing nor interesting. طيب نبص على اخر حالة في ال parallel structure اللي هي parallel structure with comparisons. يعني ايه with comparisons؟ comparisons are adjectives. انتوا عارفين in comparisons when you are comparing one thing to another or one thing to more than another. In comparisons, we point out the similarities or differences between two things. Those similarities and differences must be in parallel form. Differences are indicated by ER. حاجة than أو more والadjective than، وممكن يبقى مش دايما أكتر، ممكن يبقى أقل، وممكن less than. طيب بقول Luxor is farther than Alexandria. ما دام قارنت يبقى أنا بقارن الأقصر مع ألكسندريا. طيب كان لازم يبقى فيه خط كمان تحت ألكسندريا. easier said than done. easier said than done. ER و than. أنا عندي said و done الاثنين اهو زي بعض. To be healthy. To be healthy. Phrase is better than is the comparison, is better than to be rich. يبقى ايه اللي بقوا balanced او ايه اللي بقوا the same او ايه اللي بقوا parallel؟ the two phrases to be healthy to be rich. والتانية Luxor Alexandria. said و done. طيب what is written؟ طيب عندي what is written is more easily understood than what is spoken. يبقى what is written بقارنه بإيه؟ what is spoken. الاثنين ليهم نفس structure. Comparisons showing similarities are indicated by as. يعني لو أنا بتكلم بقى على حاجات زي بعض مش أكتر أو أقل بقول as adjective as أو the same as أو similar to or such expressions. لما أقول this tree is as tall as a palm tree يبقى this tree a palm tree. Boiling vegetables is the same as steaming them. مش هقول ان لازم اقول boiling vegetables و steaming vegetables لان them هي اللي بتعود على vegetables ف it's alright it's the same. اقول ان the structure here is the same. boiling vegetables steaming them دي زي نفسهم بس عشان ما اكررش كلمة مرتين I use the pronoun. The course I attended is similar to the course you attended. يبقى the course I attended the course you attended الاثنين are parallel. طيب parallel structure with comparisons يبقى أنا عندي the same structure here بستعمل more than ER than less than as the same and I have the same structure. طيب نتقابل بقى المرة الجاية يعني to do an exercise on parallel structure with paired conjunctions. Thank you very much and see you next time.